Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while. I've been having some error issues lately, so I haven't been able to review too many IEMs as of late, but things are getting better. So I have a really cool video for you today. We're going to review 4 different IEMs, 4 different ChiFi IEMs at 4 different price points. And I was able to spend some time with all of these IEMs, and I wanted to give you my thoughts. So first of all, thanks to my friend on HeadFi. He lent me these IEMs to review, and I've had them for way longer than I should have. So thanks again, buddy. I appreciate it. So what are the IEMs in question? All right, so first of all, at $49.99, 50 bucks, we have the Juzear Clear. Okay, this is a single dynamic driver, LCP single dynamic driver, and it's got a really nice shell, as you can see, and it comes with actually the standard Juzear really premium cable, really premium copper cable. All right. After that, we have the $99 LetShuoer S08. Okay. As many of you know, LetShuoer is known for their S12, right? But they came up with a more budget-friendly S08. This is their 4th generation planar magnetic driver, and I believe the 8 represents their 8th anniversary. So we'll talk a little bit about what LetShuoer was able to do there. All right, at the next price point, we have the AFUL Explorer, and this one was a really big surprise to me. We'll talk more about it, but I think you guys will really like this IEM if you're seeking, a general all-arounder IEM at $119. It's 1 dynamic driver plus 2 BA hybrid, and we'll talk more about this. And I really love the faceplate too. AFUL always does a good job with that. And then to finish off, we'll talk about the $149 Simgot Supermix 4. I know I'm a little late to the party, but you guys know this has gotten a lot of hype. The Supermix 4 with 1 DD, 1 BA, 1 planar, and 1 piezoelectric tweeter. So we'll talk about that as well. All right. And then if you guys want to stick around to the end, we'll switch over and look at the graphs a little bit, and you'll really be able to see some of the differences between these. All right, so let's get to it. First of all, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to get some more IEM content out there soon. If you could, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, so let's talk about the Juzear Clear. Okay, this is a $49 or $50 single dynamic driver bass monster. Guys, this is a bass monster. If you like your bass and you have 50 bucks, this would be my current recommendation. The Juzear Clear. The accessories included are great. The cable is great. I think the shell looks really cool. This really nice blue pearl color with the clear inner shell. You can see the single dynamic driver right there. And yeah, I was really impressed with the Juzear Clear. It's a bass monster. Great sub bass, great mid bass, pretty decent separation. The only, I guess, downside would be, I guess, the highs are a little bit splashy. The treble is a little bit splashy. I believe it has like a 5K, 6K peak. But other than that, obviously it's not going to be the most technical out there. But if you like modern music, hip hop, rock, this is the one. I was really impressed by Juzear, the Juzear Clear. Male vocals sound excellent, a little bit on the husky side, same for females vocals. But yeah, I think this is a great pick at 50 bucks for modern music. If you like a lot of bass, don't hesitate to try these out. All right, next up, let's talk about the Letshuer S08. All right, so we have S08. And I wasn't actually that impressed with the S08, honestly. I would say, yes, it has, the typical planar characteristics. It's got, fast tactile bass, but it definitely lacked impact. I think the shell is really nice. It has a pretty comfortable small shell, I would say. There you go. You can see the entire shell. It says S08. But yeah, it's a pretty compact shell, so if you have small ears, these should fit you fairly well. I think the mid bass was fine, but at the end of the day, it was just kind of boring to me. There's no sort of special sauce at this particular price point. Other than that, I think everything was pretty much average. Male vocals sounded kind of lacking. But at the end of the day, to my ears, everything just sounded correct. There wasn't much planar timbre, if that kind of stuff bothers you. So yeah, it was a pretty safe, I would say, planar from Letshuer. All right, so next, let's talk about the $119 AFUL Explorer. And I was really, really happy I got a chance to listen to this one. First of all, look at this beautiful, beautiful faceplate that they did. Kind of shows a little bit like of a galaxy vibe, and I really like it. The cable that it comes with is pretty nice too. It's a little bit rubbery, and there's a little bit of a smell, but yeah, it's a pretty nice cable, and I believe it comes in 3.5 or 4.4. So yeah, it's really nice. So what can we say about the AFUL Explorer? Well, first of all, it's a 1DD 2BA hybrid, and honestly, I think it's the best all-arounder of the bunch. I would call it a warm U-shaped set, right? It has nice bass, nice mid bass, and a tamed treble, a non-fatiguing treble. So if that's something that you enjoy, if you like listening to all types of different music, but you want that, warmish tone, I think the AFUL Explorer at $119 is a great pick, if that's kind of your budget. A lot of people actually say it's called, or a lot of people reference it because some people call it the Baby Da Vinci, and I would completely 100% agree with that. I think it lacks some of the technicalities that you get from a more expensive set, but in terms of what you get at this price point, I think it's a great buy. The fit is great. The vocals are great, especially male vocals. I think mid bass was lush. It was perfectly dialed in. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a great, easy listening set, and for any kind of genre of music. So I think you guys will really enjoy that if that's kind of your tea. If you have a wide variety of music that you listen to. All right, last but not least, let's talk about the Simgot Supermix 4. So this has gotten a lot of hype, obviously, this year. And honestly, my initial impressions, I wasn't that impressed with it. And partially, I think it's because it follows the Harman 2019 curve basically to the dot. And while I do appreciate Harman, it's just not my style, right? I don't think there's enough mid-bass in that particular tuning. So it does kind of lack that thump that you hear a lot in modern music. It does also, I would say, lean a little bit on the brighter side of things. If you're not used to that, or if you have sensitivity to bright leaning IEMs, then I would honestly probably pass on the Simgot. The treble is definitely elevated. The 3 to 8K is definitely spicy. So if you have sensitivities toward that, I would probably advise not picking this one up. And I think the 4 drivers that Simgot decided to put in here was a great technological marvel, but at the same time, I don't think the sound is cohesive, right? And you can definitely tell compared to a single dynamic driver sets out there, or 1DD 2BA sets out there. The sound is just not cohesive. However, if you are a fan of the Harman 2019 curve and you listen to a lot of K-pop, J-pop, female vocal genres, then this might be the set for you, right? I think it probably really works well with that kind of music, and from some of the female artists I listen to, I could see the benefits of this particular set. But at the end of the day, it was just a little too fatiguing for me on longer listening sessions, because I do prefer having something a little more mellow. But what else can we talk about the Simgot EA or the Simgot Supermix 4? I think the shell is on the larger side, so if you can't fit a larger shell in your ears, this would also be a pass. I think the faceplate is kind of boring, but some people prefer that. And I don't think it comes with just a basic 3.5 or 4.4, I believe, that you can choose. So, all right, so those are my impressions on these 4 sets. If I had to rank them, regardless of price, my first pick, honestly, would be the Juzear Clear. I know. $50, bass monster, but it doesn't bleed into the mids too much. I think it does bass really well, and it's just a fun set. Second place, I would put the AFUL Explorer for sure. I think it's a really, really great all-arounder. If you only have about $120 to spare, I think this is a great entryway IEM into the hobby. All right. Third place, I would probably put the Supermix 4. I think it's a great Harman set, but it's just not for me. And then fourth place, it's going to be the LetShuoer S08. All right. So let's dive into the graphs, and we'll take a look there. So appreciate you guys sticking around. If you want to look at the graphs, we'll compare the sets, and we'll talk there more. All right, guys, welcome to the graph portion of the video. On here, you see we have the Harman 2019 Target, the Juzear Clear, AFUL Explorer, Simgot Supermix 4. All right. Obviously, you can see the Clear has a much larger bass shelf than the Explorer and Supermix, and at the same time, I think it has a much easier air gain region compared to the other two as well. It does have a 5K and 8K peak, and also some shimmer up at like 12K. But overall, like I said, I think the Clear is a really fun set. If you like bass, if you like modern music, you can't go wrong with this. With the AFUL Explorer, I think it's one of the best all-arounder in this comparison. It's got a great bass, or low-end bass. It's got great mid bass. The air gain region is pretty mellow, and the treble is pretty mellow as well, as you can see here. Very easy listening for the AFUL Explorer. And then we have the Simgot Supermix 4. It's got good sub bass, but the mid bass is quite lean. But as you can see, it follows the Harman 2019 Target pretty much to a T. And it's, if you like Harman, then I think the Supermix 4 is a good set for you. All right, so let's take a look also at the Letshuer S08. Compared to the OG, the 7Hz timeless, you can see it actually is pretty close, right? I think it has a little bit better bass, as you can see here, but overall, it's just a more refined 7Hz timeless. But then again, the 7Hz timeless came out, almost 3-4 years ago, right? And some of the timbre issues is fixed in the S08. And then if we look at versus the 7Hz timeless S2, it's even closer, right? The timeless S2 versus the S08. It's just the S2 still has that 8K peak, in addition to a more elevated treble compared to the S08. So if you want something on the safer end, I think the S08 is definitely the way to go if you like planars, right? And then last but not least, I want to show you guys a comparison between the AFUL Explorer and the Da Vinci. All right, so a lot of people say that the Explorer is a baby DaVinci, and I kind of agree with that. Overall, I think the low end and the mids are very similar. The DaVinci has a little bit more thump, I would say, than the Explorer in the mid-bass region. The DaVinci definitely has better technicalities and separations on the high end. But overall, I think the Explorer is a great value at $119. But if you can splurge for the DaVinci, you know, by all means, go for the DaVinci. I love that set. It's one of my favorite sets. Other than that, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more IEM reviews, hit that like button. Please subscribe, and that'll really help the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Take care.